22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Watch the shit.
Look, squeeze. Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 37. Check 37. Check 24.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
218, chop it.
Switch. Tighten up. Hit it.
They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Love. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Here we go, here we go. 70, Indy.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
Pilot, 64, weak. 52.
They'll run again with Love on first down. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lock. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, fighting his way into the backfield.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Rock it.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
You're out.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey.
Play. Mike, 53.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Shoot.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense, as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The drive starts with a completion, left side. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
General West. Hey, high 7.
27, Mike, 27. Watch the screen. Bang, 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 bang.
Now.
Shotgun handoff now for Love. And an alley to run. 20, 10, touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
Bryce Love with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
58 for Mike.
Quick 5. Big grip.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
50, plant.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Check, crunch. 6-6, bullet high. 58. Let's go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker.
Single.
Hey, orbit.
On 4th down. Herbert. Throw left side, complete. It's Lamb. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Redskins' defense going to take over on the turnover on downs.
Ready.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning.
You ain't got nothing. Jim.
From midfield, here's Locke. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Gonna give this time to the tailback.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's get it.
The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
Joker.
Topper.
Kill.
Hey, Sam off.
Deuce.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And they've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
58, Mike.
Hey, lock it. Hey, go.
On first down, Herbert. Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Look at me. Go. On your team. X3. 218, chopper.
Check your hot read. Check.
Big river.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Hey, here we go.
Go.
55, Mike, guys, 55.
Go.
Twist.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. They'll roll him out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he'll let it go deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Watch out, watch out.
General West.
Check 43.
Snap.
Here's Love again. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, echo.
Check that. We'll Mike Duke.
Bam.
Let's go. Check 3.
On third down, block. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Spons. No. 6-6. Pull it high.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see.
Let go.
On play action, Lock. Going up top. It got his man, complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Rock it.
On first down, it's Love. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Switch gears.
Blue draw, Porker.
Safe.
Hey, Delta.
47.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Bryce Love, 31 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns has got him in the lead. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Locke. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Marcus Davenport has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Locke. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a handoff looking right, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Smith.
They'll try and throw for it here. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
18 Gator.
I'm here all day.
They'll run on first down. Love. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Ready, set.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
At the 23-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Switch it. Greystone, travel. Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Love. And able to work his way down to the 16. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 16.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I got you.
80 weapon.
49, check 49.
Clock now on 1st down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Come on out here. Come get some.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A tackle by Cole Holcomb. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 41. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start the drive with Love here. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
Brent, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lock. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Switch.
6-6. Pull it high. Leo. Get it.
Shotgun snap to Lock. And he's going to go down again. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Thomas. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where The coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Saints on third down, an almost unimaginable 0 for 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Off play action. Herbert. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. A lot going to throw it here. And he's got his man on the out route. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Forced out to his left. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well-coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike. Let's go one more. Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 to the Mike. Hey,
look at me. Door. Let's go.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. On 4th down. Herbert. And the pressure gets to him again. Montez Sweat. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Choose the Mike. Watch the pass. Check 50. Check 50.
5.
On 1st down. It's Love. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play out.
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. fantasy owners
Yeah.
who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this.